Hello, hi, welcome to Crafty Penguin. I'm Louise, thank you for joining me here. I thought we would do a sketchbook tour today. So we haven't done one of these before, it's new to us, but I have recently finished this sketchbook. And I asked you guys over on Instagram, should I do a tour of my sketchbook? And you all voted for yes. So let's get on and have a look and see what's in here. So I'm gonna put it on my desk, I'm gonna put the camera above and do like an overhead shot, and we'll have a look and see what's in my sketchbook. So come and follow me on my journey. Okay, so here's my sketchbook. Like I say, I've recently finished it, so this is just an inspirational sticker. I can't remember who it's from, so if it's yours, thank you so much. I love it. I can't remember where I got it from, and it just says good vibes, which is generally how I feel when I'm using my sketchbook. So let's open it up and work our way through, and I'll talk you through what's inside. So on the inside cover, I've just stuck on one of my little Crafty Penguin designs that I finished during the pandemic when we were all stuck at home last winter. So stay home, save lives. And then I've got a few of Catnip's little designs in there, or some of her packaging that I've stuck in. And then up here we've just got a post-it note that I've obviously shoved in there with just some very random strange little doodles in, which is all good fun. Okay, so I think I started this sketchbook maybe around December 2020, and we're currently in September 2021, so that gives you a bit of an idea when I was using this. So the first page, we have some cute fruit, where I was trying to draw in like a kawaii style and draw some fruit with like smiley faces, looking cheery and happy. So there we go. And then there's a few more cute fruits on this page as well. And then at the time I was drawing this, it was kind of winter time, and I'd recently at this point bought my own badge maker, so I was trying to come up with some designs for some badges, little pin badges, which I still haven't made into any products yet, but it's still in the pipeline, still something I'm working on. One of the things I like to do in the winter quite often is to go snowboarding up in the mountains and things, so these are all related to mountain life. And then turn over these ones here, you've probably seen on some of my badges on the products. So I made these into badges that are currently available in my online shop. So the I Love collection of badges. And then over here we've got another a funny character that I created. So at the time I created these, there was something on the radio station that I listened to about this character that they call Roy the Pak Choi. And so I was like drawing my own version of Roy the Pak Choi, which is quite funny. So these are all based on a Pak Choi. So we've got some just pencil sketches of Pak Choi and trying to give him a personality. And then here, this is what I ended up with. So these are just funny sketches in my sketchbook. They've never gone anywhere else other than in here. And then this one here is just drawn with improving the pencil and then going over it with a fine liner and using print markers. Okay, so this is the December Art Challenge for Emily Harvey, where I drew like a winter fairy, which you can also find in my shop. It's on a little badge in there. And these were my original sketches, so I'm not the greatest at drawing, I don't think, people and things like that, so I tried to draw them in a cartoony style. So these were some just initial sketches for that. And then here we've moved on. This was some ideas for Valentine's Day, so we've got a little Crafty Penguin love design, and then some hearts and things like that. These little bits here, I like to stick pages into my sketchbook with like mood boards and things in, so that's all they are, just little mood boards from Google that I printed out. And then we've got some more Valentine things. Some of these designs are in my shop on various things like cards and whatever, so they're in there. So that's a Valentine thing. This part of my sketchbook I hate, I really don't like. Like I say, I'm not good at drawing people, so I was trying to take part in a Draw This In Your Style for Emily Harvey, and you can see the problems I have with drawing people quite clearly on these pages. So they're all rough pencil sketches of trying to draw people, and I really don't like these pages. But this is what I ended up with. So if I turn this over, just here. This was Emily Harvey's 12K Draw This in Your Style challenge, which is why this all came from. And I was trying to draw this in my style, which is very difficult when I'm drawing people. So this is the pencil sketch of the girl in the wheelchair, and then I drew her on some marker paper and coloured her in using pro markers, but it got a bit smudged and a bit mucky, unfortunately, which is a shame. And then I tried to draw it up digitally, and like I say, I'm not a massive fan of how it turned out, but I guess it's okay. There's still a lot of work for me to do in terms of drawing people. So that was that. This is another one of her art challenges as well. So I did quite a few in the winter time when I was stuck inside quite a lot. It was nice. So it's based on this little mood board here, and I made a little armadillo guy, which I think is really cute, and put him on a little background in the desert with the sun and some cactuses. So I used different things on here. So there's a combination of pro markers and pencil crayon and different papers, because these are stuck onto the sketchbook page. I really like that. I never do it digital, but I really like that actually. This is something that I still want to draw up. I haven't done, based on this. Procrastination is the thief of time. This is something that someone wrote to me in a sketchbook when I was at school many years ago, and it's always kind of stuck with me, and I wanted to do a funny little sketch based on it. So there's some little characters there. Someday you might see them turn into something. At the moment they're not into anything. More little kawaii drawings, trying to draw some food. So we've got some cheeky ice creams and things in there, and lollies. This page here, this was when I was doing some testing for some screen printing. I was trying to think of what I could do when I was testing onto some dark fabric using just two colours, so the red and the blue. That's why everything's in that colour scheme. And you'll have seen in a previous video I did something with a version of this that's slightly different as a screen printing test. More kawaii drawing, so we were drawing bunny rabbits on here, and then looking at different penguin styles, coming up with something slightly different on here, which I think are really cute. Easter chicks. And here we've got the original drawings going back to the armadillo on the previous page, and some more armadillos. This page here is just playing around with my Yorkshire side, obviously, because that's where I'm from Sheffield, and all the funny things we say in this part of the world. So chuffed to bits, flipping it, mardy bum, how do. So they're all really Yorkshire sayings, because if you look, I do have some Yorkshire designs on some of my things, and I was just mucking around. I love this page, really like this. So I decided to draw a rock hopper penguin, because that's one of my favourite penguins of all time. They're super cute, and they always, I think, look kind of cool, funky little guys. So here's a rock hopper penguin, different ways. And then some of the design ideas here. There's some stickers that I still want to make and I haven't made. So I'm a big fan of like DC comics and Marvel comics and all that kind of thing. And when I was a kid, I used to watch the old Batman on the telly on a Saturday morning. And as you'll know, if you've ever watched Batman from the 1980s, you used to get all these words pop up, like ka-ching, ka-pow, like all that kind of thing. So I tried to do it with the ka-ching things, like the sound that you get when you sell on Etsy. That's what that's based on, and then just some other ideas for shopping small stickers. And I also did these that I still haven't done either, which are artist support. So you'll see there's a theme here. I draw lots of things in my sketchbook, but not all of them have come to light yet. It takes a long time for me to find the time to do what I want to do with them. So on here, recently I did this as a screen print, as a test, and I've not got any further with that, but it's something I would like to put on a t-shirt. So uploading maybe inspiration and downloading creativity or something like that. So that's an idea for a screen print. This one here, this is another art challenge that I took part in, so reimagining characters. So these are lots of characters from the 80s, so obviously being a Penguin fan, I drew Pingu, and then other characters that I used to like when I was a kid. So we've got Morph, Garfield, who was something, the character that I was a big fan of as a kid. Used to have all the like magazines and books and used to spend hours drawing. My Little Pony, which was the first ever film I went to see at the cinema. And I was little Super Ted, and of course bag puffs. And again, we've got a couple of just mood boards in here. And then we started to look at what else we could do. So there's a couple of Care Bears, which I loved when I was little, and here are the beginning of my self-love penguins that are in my shop on various products. So this is where that started to grow from. And then this was my final piece that I created from the reimagining characters thing from the 1980s. So it was based on Rainbow Bright up here, and I changed Rainbow Bright into like a steampunk kind of character, and that's how it turned out. And then there's a couple of just coloured outlines because I couldn't decide whether to do the brown or the blue design, and I asked you guys over on Instagram and you all liked the blue, so that's what we went with for that. And more little kawaii drawings, so we've got some cute little hedgehogs, and then the penguin that you saw previously starts to get developed here. So we start to develop him into the self-care range, so looking at the keywords to do with self-care and what kind of images we could put on the penguin. So a bit like the Care Bears, but I wanted to do like the Care Penguins. That's the start of that, and that's how these turned out. So these are the pencil drawings, just and then outlined in fine liner of the self-care penguin. So there are 6 of them that are available in my shop, badges and some cards and some of the products and prints and little stickers. So the finished little stickers here, the actual finished designs that I stuck alongside them, and I quite like that page. I think it's quite cheery. Here's something else that I took part in. So this was Pete Mckee. He's a local Sheffield artist, really quite famous, and he was doing an online exhibition where you had to recreate a famous album cover in your style. So sticking with the Sheffield theme, I'm a massive fan of Def Leppard. I really like them. They're a Sheffield band, and I chose to do, my entry into his competition was to do Crafty Penguin in the style of their retroactive album here. So this is the initial sketch for it, and then that's the final design that I submitted that actually got shown in his online exhibition, which is really cool. And then, this page, this was a competition I took part in that I never heard anything from. So being an ice hockey fan, I decided to take part in the idea to draw a medal design for the 2022 IIHF World Championships in Tampere, which are taking part in Finland. So that's why there's lots of pictures of Finland here for inspiration. So we've got a hockey helmet and puck. And then I started to draw here like the northern lights and a lake and everything outside in Finland based on some of these drawings, these pictures here. So that's where that got, and then this was kind of where we went with it. So we put the landscape bit in the visor of the helmet, and then did the ice rink down here. This is just it coloured in, and then if I turn it around slightly, you can see there, this is what I submitted, but I've not really heard anything from that. And that was my idea, so you had to have certain writing on it and things like that as well, so that's why that's there. Some little polar bears, just sketched out in pencil crayon, and then we did some playing around with some black paper and just using white, mostly pencil crayons, to try and make the polar bear look a little bit cuter. So there's some polar bear sketches. And then cheeky lion, kawaii lion, and then this is like a broken bear, like a poorly teddy bear. I don't know where that came from, I just kind of like the idea, so that was there. These you'll have seen. This is my ideas for my stickers that are currently in my shop, the travel stickers. So Crafty Penguin on a scooter design, and the sort of things you would find like on a beach holiday as well. All done. Here, some more ideas. So these are little penguin, small business penguin, so the sassy small business penguin. So the sort of things he's doing, all sketched out, going to the post office to post your order, thinking about what your small business is, packing orders, going for a walk, doing your paperwork, promoting your business, working on it, going to work, all that kind of thing. So I think they're quite funny. I'd like to do something with them eventually. This is another Draw This in Your Style. So this was Kathleen Stewart's Draw This in Your Style that she had, and I liked it because it was an animal Draw This in Your Style, which is kind of cool. And she's from Australia, so we've got an elephant and a little koala. So I was drawing some characters there. There's a big elephant under there. And then if I turn these around, you can see, so this is the pencil drawing of it with the coloured pencils, so the little koala sat on the elephant. And then turn it around, there we go. That's the finished Draw This in Your Style that I created for hers, which I really like. And then I had a go at this one. This is another Draw This in Your Style. This was for Catnip, which I struggled with. Like I say, I'm not good at people, so I was trying to push myself out of my comfort zone. So you can see that there. So it's just a pencil drawing and then just lined with a fine liner. And then I coloured it in. So we coloured it in there with the pro markers and everything. So that was the finished drawing that I did for that. And then we got onto the 12 Days of Mermaids, which is another E-Hearts Emily Harvey challenge. So little kawaii mermaids. Trying to think what I could do, and some like little mermaid tails sticking on the page. And then I actually sat and watched Emily draw some mermaids on YouTube on one of her videos and made some little notes on what she was doing. This I hate, this is absolutely horrible. This is the Butchest Mermaid. It looks awful. So we'll quickly skip past that. And then I decided, actually, I think I can turn penguins into mermaids. So this is where we went to. We got the outline of the burlesque penguin, which you'll have seen, and the 80s penguin, because they were the two that I drew up. And we drew a tropical one and an ice penguin as well. And here we go. These are the two that I did draw digitally eventually. So these are the pencil coloured in drawings of those. Then I was having some ideas here about creating a community around Crafty Penguin, which I'm still throwing the idea around and want to develop. And I was trying to turn the letter P into a penguin. And then this, trying to show a group of penguins. And just some little sketches of different kinds of penguins here. And this is what I came up with. I'm not 100% happy with it at the minute, but that's where I got, as far I got with that, trying to create a penguin pals, and I don't know if that's what I want to call it. So that's still ongoing in my mind and what I want to do moving forward to create the community and give it a name around Crafty Penguin. So that's still to develop. These are just, I was sat out in the garden one day in the summer earlier on this year and just drew some little cute whales. And these are just sketches from following an Emily Harvey tutorial, watching her online, drawing people, because like I say, I really struggled with that. So I made some notes from her and what she was talking about and how to draw faces and things like that. And that's all what this is. It's just notes in my sketchbook. And that was me having a go at faces, so we'll quickly skim past that. These are some flamingos that I was doing for a client that I was working with at the time, on a little logo, and some sketches for that. And then here, some more little penguin drawings, like a family of penguins, because I don't know if that's something I want to do. These were really quick, rough sketches underneath. Oh, there's another drawing under there as well. There we go, there's like 2 little penguins. And just more little penguin drawings. This was to do with the England football when they were playing over summer, so I drew a little Come On England kind of design. And then these are some ongoing work that I'm not going to talk too much what these are for, because I don't want to let you know just yet, but these are just some ideas and little sketches based on gardening, based on being like doing like DIY and that kind of thing. And then these are based on baking. These ones you'll have seen if you see my recent like little sticker I've made to go on my packaging. So these are to do with the recycled bags that I now use in my packaging. So I wanted to do something with that. So they were some initial sketches for that. And then finally some just knitting doodles. So there we have it. There's the sketchbook. That was a sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not something I've done before, but you guys said on Instagram you'd love to see what was in my sketchbook. So there you go. You can see from it that I do lots and lots of drawing in my sketchbook. Some things you see, some things you don't. Some things get made into products and some things don't. It's just how it is. So that's what goes on in my sketchbook. I hope you found it interesting. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. We love that. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That would be amazing. Also, if you're interested, don't forget to check out www.craftypenguin.co.uk, where you can keep up to date with everything that I'm on with and what I'm up to. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.